Trash rates for people in Fresno could be going up 114% over the next few years. And the vote to approve that increase is tomorrow. You still have a say in this. On this Wired Wednesday, GVWire.com senior reporter David Taub joins us now to break it all down. David, thank you for being here.
Kim, this story is just really garbage.
It is garbage. Nobody likes to pay any more money for anything, especially that much. So whose specific rates will be going up and by how much over these years?
Well, if you get a trash bill, those gray carts, if you're what they call a ratepayer, you probably are going to be one of those who pay. Obviously, if you're a homeowner and you pay these utility rates, you're going to be on the hook for this. And for some people who rent, not all of them, but it depends on the circumstance. So about 116,000 ratepayers, the city says, are going to be affected by this. And we're going to find out tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day after a 6-month process, the city council will vote.
Okay, but they still have people who are mad as heck and they don't want to take it anymore. They still have a moment to be able to speak their mind?
Exactly. The city issued these cards a couple months ago, these little protest cards, and you just check the box, you send them back in. I guess you can't really mail them now. It's a little too late to mail, but you can still show up. It's going to be 5 o'clock tomorrow at City Hall, and you can still show up to say, I protest this. They call it, it's not really a traditional vote where you go to the ballot box. So you either have to mail back these cards or you can voice your opinion tomorrow at City Council.
All right, well, people are always encouraged to share how they feel about things. But then there is also a sense of, but will it even matter? Will they listen? Do they care?
It's going to be very interesting. I think 116, that means you have to get 58,000 more people to protest to say no. You have to actively say no. And if that doesn't happen, then the vote is going to go to the city council. And you know how political these things go when you raise rates, especially 114% over 5 years. And you got some people who are going to be running for public office either in November or probably have ambitions later. And you know that it may always come back, people questioning, well, you raised my rates. So it's going to be a very political vote. They haven't raised rates in over 14 years. 2009 was the last time they raised it, partially because of this. Who on a public elected official wants to say, yes, I voted to raise your trash rates, I want to raise your taxes. But it's coming to a head, and it's coming to a head tomorrow.
But even back then, it was a pretty heated situation.
Exactly, and that's probably why they've been not doing
Holding
it
off
for so long.
Well, have you talked to any city council members about have they kind of given you a clue, David, on how they plan to vote?
For sure. Luis Chavez and Gary Bredefeld, who are running for supervisors, separate races in November, are definite no's. Some others are not revealing their hand. Nelson Esparza and Mike Carbasi said, we kind of know, but we're going to officially wait till tomorrow. And I think the other 3, are going to be, we'll see. I predict it's going to be a 4-3 vote, either way.
Okay. And do you think that if enough people come and say absolutely not, that the council will make a change? Would that be enough?
It could be. I mean, if 58,000 of them show up.
I know.
But I think people on this issue, I don't want to be the politician who voted to increase your rates.
Right. But if they ultimately do, when does that go into effect?
It could go into effect as early as July 1st. I think probably more likely by August, but it's going to go into effect
immediately.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, I mean, not the entire.
July is like next week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going up 114% by July. It's going to go about $8 or so if you have the smaller 64-gallon cart, or a little bit if you have the bigger 96-gallon cart.
Okay.
So it's not going all at once.
So
it's going to be gradual.
Less than $10 a month over time. So I mean, because at first when we say 114%, oh my gosh! But if you break it down, right?
Right, it's still a lot per month, especially with PG&E going up and all the other utilities. I mean, summer, everybody's running their air conditioning, so I think people are going to be feeling the pinch. It's not like a couple pennies.
Yeah. I know nobody wants to pay more, but then again, it costs more for business, right? And I mean, what are garbage companies saying? We need the money. It's not to go on a trip to.
Right. I mean, it's the city is the one that provides the services, so it's all city trucks, city employees, and obviously the costs have gone up in the last 14 years, especially fuel, PG&E, the need for more energy efficient trucks, the fees to use the landfills are going up $1 million this year.
Oh my gosh!
So everything's going up, and when you don't raise rates 14 years, things stack up. You know, I talked to one of the candidates who's running for city council this fall. He's like, well, yeah, of course we need to raise rates gradually, but not all at once. You know, they should be doing this every couple years, not waiting 14 years.
Okay, well, there's a lesson in there. A few lessons. David, thank you very much.
Thanks, Kim.
Appreciate the reporting. David Tao with GVWire.com. Great day. We'll be right back.